All right, welcome back everybody to Draugen, part 2. My name is Sirius Graves, and let's get back into it. Someone was humming. Day 3. Ooh, excuse me. Let's look at our face. What do we look like? The same. Okay. Let's put some chapstick on real quick. There we go.
I will find you again.
Was there anything in the hair? No. Okay. Let's go find Lissy, Alice, Elizabeth, whatever you want to call her. Your little sidekick.
Lissy?
Upstairs.
Okay.
Ready? Is that you?
Lissy!
In the bedroom.
This is her room. Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She was a Monet. She was 8. That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
What about... Yeah, let's start over here. Let's look at this one.
This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Okay, what about this one?
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
Okay.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, You have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poet. She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B...
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew... It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out. What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. They belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic events.
This is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
Church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Let's just run there. So what's the point of walking? We're gonna not catch whoever's in there. Gate's right over here. Finally, I can open them. Not a big ol' X on them. Okay, go. Lots of seagulls.
24th. Memorial service. Commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that maybe Betty
Why board up a church?
keep the ghosts from us gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Who did this?
Someone had lost their faith.
Can you peek through the boards? See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Look at that. The ethyl comes in Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister, Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that. What's this rope for?
The bell. Lizzie. Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Someone jealous much? Okay.
What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. The church book. A record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0, it's a team meet. I've wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are. Final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy? What are you doing? We're in a church.
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher in the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Till you veranderen.
Edward,
forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon's from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Okay. There's another page.
You found another one? Just one more page missing. Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
1 second. I want to look at this.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible, for he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Biddy, biddy, biddy. Will you ever shut up about your precious Biddy? Put those pages back in the book.
This book goes back years.
Yeah, why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
Lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Wow. They're all cursed.
Here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What
True.
does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice. What if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty.
It doesn't mean she's...
She's not dead. She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. Where is he?
you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Shut up.
It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing me. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
What?
See,
So you weren't fucking real this whole time?
come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
There she is.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
There she is. Figment of my imagination.
Listen.
My little imaginary friend.
Hey. Listen. Please, listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you did. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone!
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything?
I imagined you, so I'm assuming.
Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden!
Wow.
I never should've
Language,
gone with
lady.
you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. Listen. Alan, what are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate this.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No! Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward.
Well, hello.
Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth.
This reminds me of Amnesia. The angel's statue in that.
So they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have. And we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not
You're so
forget.
big. Thanks for hanging out, whoever you are. Day 4. Yeah, we'll keep going. We've only been playing for half an hour.
Wake up, Edward.
Oh shit, Miss Angel's back.
Stop hiding. Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
How are your wings moving when you're stoned?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
Oh?
I'm so tired. Please.
Who are you, exactly?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
It's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you. Lissy. Oh.
Okay, where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Lissy? Please. Listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Whoa.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
You're not
I
God.
don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, I...
Oh. Am I not supposed to go out there? Okay. Let's go in the kitchen then. There she is.
Don't go. Hear me out. Alice, I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was
Wow.
so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Did you go outside? Is it gonna flip me around again? Yep. So did they go back in? Whoa, in the other room where Betty's doll is, or did they go upstairs? Let's go look upstairs first, I guess. Nope.
gave you this jacket.
Oh.
You were here.
You're so nuts. You know that? Let's go add it to the dummy. Or not. Okay. Guess we'll do that later. Let's go in the bedroom real quick, 'cause that's the only... Well, there's one over there, too. Until we run into Lizzie. Oh, there she is. You little twit, knock it off.
Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which means
Jesus Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday. She
Betty
must have...
Betty, 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 Betty.
Whoa.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
We'll never be the same.
Do you go out here? 'Cause I still hear you.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking to?
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
That's not very nice.
We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine.
Good.
Listen.
Oh, I know. Shut up. I just wanted to come out here.
Come back. Please.
What room is this? It's like a guest bedroom or something. Nothing I can do in here, though. I guess we'll go downstairs. Guess they're not in there. Who lights these candles, by the way? Not in the kitchen. Maybe they went away. Oh, now I can put the coat on. Okay. Now what? Oh, fades to black. Got it. Guess we're going to sleep. Day 5. Let's keep going. What the heck was that?
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Well, get the hell up. I can't do it. Come on. Gotta get all the way up if we're gonna move.
Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming.
Here we go again on a Betty fetch.
I knew you were here.
But it's locked. You can't get in there.
Betty? Betty? Are you in there? Open the door. I'm coming in. Stand away from the door.
Use your foot. Oh. It's just a bird. A crow, a raven,
Betty?
something like that.
No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty. But who? Anna. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years, I've kept my silence about our discovery. But my silence has only led to misfortune. And my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us. For what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then...
The mine? Anything else in here? Yeah.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb. You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine. You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
Where's the farm? No, I guess that way.
So where is Frederick's farm?
There's a dot, so I guess I gotta follow the dot. Can't go that way, I'd fall off a cliff. So, okay. It's pretty foggy. Guess we gotta go all the way down. And to the left. It's pretty music. Can I go across? I don't know. Yep, here's a bridge. It's hard to see in the fog. I guess we're going this way. There's the bird. Thanks for leading me.
To this place. All these fragments. You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mind. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
Do we go look at the house? Oh, yeah?
What do you reckon, Betty?
Okay. Okay. Anything else to look at? For a clue for the safe? No. Okay. Never mind. What about... Oh, we can't go in there. It's up here. That's closed. Is there anything in here? I mean, I can't see. Not really. Okay. Let's go to the mine then. Snowing or ash? I don't know. Oh. Of course, it's locked. It's really bright. Wait a minute. This is taking me right back to the farm. There must be another way around. or something. Because there is a way into the mine somehow.
Simon's grave.
Oh, I bet you the key is in the safe.
1909, died September 17th, 1923.
There's this code.
Safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here, and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Okay, in the house. It's over here.
Let's try Simon's birthday. Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon. Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
There's the key.
The Fretland Mining Company. This must be for that locked shed.
Let's go.
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you.
Let's just go backwards.
All right,
Yeah.
Betty. So what happens next? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Okay, go. Let's go. No, we're just walking through? Okay.
So, 20 years pass. Frontland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered. It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicide, murder. All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Here we go. There's the mine.
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
Good, it's not locked. Oh boy, look how dark it is.
Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Okay. Oh good, we have a light source. Not a very good one. Please tell me we don't have to go too far.
Betty, this is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Stupid bird. Uh-oh. That doesn't look very sturdy. Think it's time to go? I think it's time to go. Oh my god, can you not run any faster, dude? Well, that's that.
Edward! Edward!
What?
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me. Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
Dang.
Just stay put.
Oh, Edward! Hurry!
I'm coming.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God. Elizabeth! There you are. Finally. You have no idea how long
You're
I've been
nuts,
looking
dude.
for you. You had me so worried. I... Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
Greta Garbo. Or Gaynor. Greta Gaynor.
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Now what? Day 6. I think it's just the ending, basically.
Goodbye, Betty.
Not gonna grab your stuff? Okay. You still buy new stuff?
Are you up? Come outside. Beautiful day.
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Where? The cliff? Yep.
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
Where? I can't. There's no prompt for me to sit. I'm gonna fall down. I can't jump. Okay. There.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik? Well... The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere. Paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts. You're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
I believe it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Alright, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid? What made her run?
Something spooked her.
And she panicked. So she ran here. Why not home? She couldn't go home. Or she didn't want to. She felt safe here. This was her happy place. And then... If only Ruth had wings, like an angel, she could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's comfort in oblivion. And we won't be alone. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that?
Our boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
Thank God I don't have to do it myself.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Teddy Bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy.
God damn it, I was trying to grab it, and you wouldn't let me.
Meet you at the house.
All because I have to run now.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
No, we don't. Okay. And then... this way? Yeah.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
The symbol of the game. Of course I'm taking that with me. Yeah, you can stay behind. Can't run because I have a suitcase. Oh, good. I didn't have to.
Come on, let's go. Row, Teddy, row. The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy. And it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
There you go, that's Draugen. I can't make this go any faster. Well, thanks for joining me. My name's Sirius Graves. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell your friends to do the same, and we will do a new game tomorrow. So y'all have a good one. Bye.